Hi, Peter Jackson. Oh my God, I'm so disorganized, it's unbelievable. Um, this lighting might not be good. Let me just check. I'm just checking for colours. Oh my God. Let me have a look. Right. Da, 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 da. Oh my God. Everything's running away with me today. So, I'll be a bit light. See how this turns out. I'm not sat at my usual place, so let me see. Hi, Johnny Thompson. Not Thompson. Family Thompson. So I'll wait for a few people to come. It says 5. Look at that frizz. I mean, what is that? I've got to learn to like get this frizz away. They are softening up though, so it's like let's see who's there. Peter, Johnny. I'll just wait. Where's that tapper? Are the mods in the house? We will see. This is why I have to do shout outs, because obviously people don't get notifications. So I'll see if I see a few more familiar names. And then I'll just start, because I've got to get this out of the way because I'm doing stuff as well. So tonight's chat, little chat, she says, and everyone knows when I say that, it's never little, but I'm going to try and do it, is on creative journaling. I did write, hi Rachel Pixie, whoop whoop, how are you? Hope you're all right. Yeah, I'm not going to show you, but I've been putting something together, but it's took me longer than I think. 7 in the house. And I'm going to have to show this next week when it's complete. So I'm just going to go through a few bits, a few tarots at the end, but just, I know I've shown this a million times, but I am going to stick to it this time. And I just want to show, again, little bits and bobs. Oh my God, I'm just knocking everything over. So, for new people, hi JP, I'll check my email, I still haven't checked it. I just wrote a little bit down. So I wrote down, journaling can help you stop the monkey mind, which is the chatter, to stop thinking about stuff basically. It's relaxing, it's creative, and it inspires you to carry on as well. Because I think if you've got a journal, let's say diary, it's not very inspiring. I'm not saying it's not inspiring when it's just writing, but when it's got pictures in it, it inspires you to go in it. And you can journal by some people just do art journaling. I like a bit of a mixture. So if people are wondering what that is, it is this for the people who may be new. And I'll repeat what I showed this morning, which is you can use, this is an old book from a charity shop that was a sort of paint your furniture up sort of book. You can use books as your book, and all you do with this is cover it up with collage or paint it and then write on it. So you can have, so what I did with this was did a front cover. I'm going to go through this next week because I'm going to show you a process of what I'm putting together right now. So it's not, today is not me journaling because I haven't journaled on it yet, but this is what I did a while back. And everyone knows I've got so many different journals. So this was a picture I did a while back, which funnily enough looks like orbs. Now, everybody who knows, 11, everybody who knows, if you've seen my orbs, the one with the wings on, which is over on Tapper 77's channel, who's normally in chat, who isn't in chat tonight, I did remind him, he has got that orb slowed down with the wings on it, which weirdly enough looks like this. But remember, if anyone remembers me doing this painting was done ages ago. I don't know if it was 2018, I don't actually know, because I haven't actually dated it, which I should have done, because it's showing you things that are coming in. Yeah, I love this picture. And the word, see, you can just journal a little bit on it, because my journaling, this one's going to be about my spiritual path and the things that I get in. we hear your thoughts. Good thoughts bring good things, which they do. The more you're positive, the more it manifests. So there was this. I'll just go through some of the pictures I haven't seen. Believe in you. You are your own creator was this one, remember? This is an old picture. I'm just showing people who may have not seen this. Collaging bits and bobs. Collaging bits that you like. This was just one. Sorry, my Facebook's going off and everything. Was like, this was a picture out of a magazine. I've just drawn on it all the eyes, all seeing eyes. That's just consciousness. Hi, Kath from Long Island. You know, I was doing doodling down here. I've wrote on here. This is how you can do it if you don't think you can draw. Everyone can draw, you just got to practice. But if you like sticking things in, like that's one of my drawings. And I sometimes draw on a scrap piece of paper and then I'll just stick it in. So then what you can do is, obviously not much is wrote on here. Hi, Dave. You can leave places blank and write your day. But you don't have to write all your day. It just might be them bits you want to remember, the positive bits. But then again, I'm going to be doing bits in mine that aren't so positive, meaning if I'm having thoughts on something or may have got triggered or something, I can write it down because it's all learning. You know, we have to have the dark to see the light, and it may show you patterns of sometimes when you're getting a bit mad or, you know, whatever, something's triggering you, you can look back and think, that's what it is. This is what it is. It's record keeping. So I'm trying to work out the way I want to do it best for me, because some people have different ways of doing journaling that works best for them. What might work for me might not work for you, but there might be bits of this you want to take in. But if you want to start getting creative, the easiest way is to put a bit of collage in and pictures, and you are recycling, because the most of the magazines that I buy, and I don't buy them monthly, are these sort of things in the moment. The pictures are gorgeous. As I've said this before, I'm repeating myself. I don't have magazines like OK magazines or the celebrity magazines because I'm not into them. I'm not into all that. These have beautiful pictures inside, and all you have to do is take your favourite pictures and put them into your journal. So if you don't think you're very good at drawing and stuff like that, you can just cut bits out, cut words out, and you can doodle on them and then write in bits of your day. You could put intentions in. I'm going to have quotes in mine, quotes of the week or something like that. I don't know how I'm putting it together yet, but I am putting it together. So that's just showing you that. And obviously, like I said this morning, one of my favourite pages is this one. This was all took out of a magazine. This was all magazine, apart from this picture. This picture's mine. This drawing is mine, but it fits in well. You wouldn't know. But like I said, you can write bits in, let me see, my favourite pens at the minute. You can write bits in gel, white gel pen will write on darker spaces like this. So you can still write on. And even if it's just little sections of the day. Another pen, I'll show you my pens in a minute. I'll get through this first because I have a few pens that I really love at the minute. So that's how you can do it with putting pictures in like this. See, I could use this. Lovely, mindful pictures. I'm doodling around the sides. And see where this is all the eclipse. This is all sort of blankish. I could write here, here and here and here. But it's nice to look at, and the pictures make you happy, so it's a place where you want to go. It's like a best friend that you tell things, but it's a place where you want to go because you're inspired, and you look back on it, and it's really nice to look back on the pictures you put together, because it's also showing you where your mindset's coming from. Sometimes you might be choosing dark pictures to draw, or the pictures out of the magazines might be classed as a little bit darker because maybe you were feeling a bit khaki that day and it's projecting out on the paper. But that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. You're releasing energy. Yes, it's very therapeutic, Rachel. I personally find it. This is what's got me through my awakening. When people say, how do you get through stuff? How do you transmute this? How are you feeling? By being creative. But one of the biggest things is, like, when I'm journaling, everyone knows I show you my artwork all the time. I journal through just little books where I normally just draw pictures, but I want to put more words to them, things that inspire me. Example, the other year, a lot of you who've been watching me for a bit will have remember this book. I made all these stickers. I drew this. All this is my work. All these stickers are mine. And I think, oh my God, yeah, when you look back, you're like, oh yeah, wow, I don't remember putting them together. You know, way back then I was still drawing my ladies. I was, for people who don't know, I did this page. It's just a cutie little page. These are my little designs. Let's reminisce. You know, you can put your kids in. I've got that in there. I've got coffee drawings, little coffee cups, System Failure, Dolly Daydream. Hi, System Failure. Probably got new people in. So who have we got in? Kath, Rachel, Pixie, Mark, Dave, JP, Kath, Johnny. I'm sure there was someone above Johnny before. Whoever's coming in, I will give a shout out to you all after. Drawing brings me joy. Now this picture was done ages ago, but looking back, it's like, oh yeah, drawing brings me joy. And it also, for me, is helping me with my art, because if I'm drawing a little doodle every day in my High Five Flames, not seeing you for ages, in my daily journaling, it's helping me practice my drawing, and it may help you as well. And also, I'm going to do it more on the terms of, I'm going to probably get up a little bit earlier, you know, so I've got peace to myself without the kids, or little one I should say, and cut my pictures out of magazines that I like to put onto that page that day that I'm feeling in the morning. And then later on in the evening, because I'll have some thoughts coming in and things I was thinking about in the evening, you know, even if it's for an hour, people say they haven't got time. You have got time. Maybe don't watch Coronation Street, maybe just have half an hour to yourself. You don't need a lot of time to put them in and write a little bit of the thoughts that are going on. Mine's going to be more of a spiritual thing, so it's going to have a lot more of them pictures. Thank you, System Failure. So it helps with all that when I have my little designs, my little Dolly Daydream design, which I showed you the little book this morning, which I will show you. This was the little Dolly character. This is my character that I made. I'll be doing more of her. This was a character that I drew, and I can't remember what it says underneath. Oh, funnily enough, it says, hard to believe in love sometimes, but I believe it's coming, and I can give my heart freely without fear, because everything's about fear. Everything's about fear. Here's a Dolly page, because this is the Dolly character when I had curly hair. A cartoon character of me and my sister sat on the couch having a brew and a good chat. So you can make it so I love that character as well, and I thought, oh my God, I need to be doing, I did say ages ago, I just get caught up in other stuff. Hi, here's Tapper. I need to do my character because she's so cute, and when I look back, I think, yeah, I need to do more characters. This was pages you can do with flip ups. A lot of people know these. You can stick whatever you want in, and it's yours. This was one I was doing about love. I was doing about make a wish. I was doing about the full moon, super moon, whenever this was. I don't know when it was. When did I start this book? This could have been was this 2017? See, I haven't even wrote the year in. That's mad. Set your intentions, putting a little wish out there, and then I did a drawing, obviously. Did a drawing, but it's practicing my drawing. Hello. Raw core, is it the raw core? The raw core, hello. I love this little moon. I had this little moon that I designed. If anyone remembers ages ago, little flip out one. See, then you can write on black paper with white pen. This moon I designed, crystal moon. So I need to get back into it because it helps me with my drawing. This little love flower with crystals in the bottom. And that's why I love drawing out of my imagination, because you can draw anything and it doesn't matter because it's not realistic. It's not meant to be. This was like a witchy woman. I don't know if anyone remembers these. What else? This was just a page of little bits cut out of a magazine. This was, what does this say? Cold autumn days are a good excuse to keep cozy and journal. They are. Cuddle up with your journal and write. You can be out and about, you can be on holiday. Nothing like a brew and a mess in your journal, in your journal. Journal on a brew, autumn day. And then I did this girl. Yes, welcome over. Pictures. I was using... Now, this might trigger some people, as I'd say, but remember, it's just my perception of things if anyone's new. But I did draw with this picture, so it must have been 17 or 8? Are you ready? Ooh, there's a storm coming, the 6th of November. Yeah. Now, I know it's not brilliant, but it's a picture of Trump and JFK Jr. Whoop, whoop. And the old... conspiracy, far-right conspiracy that the mainstream media are trying to pump out there. Yeah, like we believe mainstream media. What was I writing? Well, it's been another good day. People on the Q train doing great videos, memes, Twitter tweets and everything. Yeah, I don't even know what I was writing there, but, it's all there. You can draw and write on scrapbook paper. Can I get a whoop whoop? I believe when Red Pill Phil puts his interview out of me, he did an interview with me the other day. I believe when he did it, he said, or was he, or did he, no, he said on his channel the other day, not of mine, whoop whoop, and I just thought it so funny. There was a little birdie. I will come into chat when I've showed you this. Oh, we've got the 3rd and the 4th and the 5th. Spiritual, physical, consciousness. See, I was talking about then laughter, sadness, anger, fun. What does it say? Consciousness is forever learning. It's not an easy path, but the right one for me. If I feel I get if I fall, I think it says I get back on it. Wobbles are stepping stones. And that was a quick doodle, which it messed up a little bit, but don't be precious about it. If you mess up, doesn't really matter. These were a few pictures. This is where my head was at the time. This one was, we are full of angels. We are all angels, trying to find our way home. Our home is to our inner authentic self. That's what it is. Center point. I want to read out at the end. Someone remind me about Luna Ash. If you know Luna Ash, put a writing about the Bible today, and I thought it was beautiful, and I am going to read it out because it's how I see it. So please don't get offended. One consciousness, yeah? Because we are all one people. Have to go for now. Big thumbs up. Thank you, System Failure. Thank you very much. Let me see. Yeah, so that was that one. So it's going to be that, but on a bigger scale. As in... I was going to use one of these, which I may do. And this was the one with, my angel pictures in. I had a few doodles in there. I'm going to come into chat in a minute. And, you can put pictures together like this and write on them. I know this is a bit repeating itself, but it actually needs to. Remember. And it's a nice way. Like I said, you're recycling. If you do read magazines, especially the spiritual ones that I do, because they've got beautiful pictures in, you're recycling these because you can use them. Like that beautiful picture on the front, you can use them and you can use the words. So what I'm going to be doing is, I'm trying to put a book together. Hi Jimmy. I don't know, well, I'm saying I don't know it's going to work. It is going to work. Now, this has took me quite a while, and that's why I've not put it together yet to show you, but I will show you either in the week or next Sunday. I'm trying to do a concertina book bind. It looks like this. And it's going to have, it looks a bit weird at the minute and you might not know what I'm going on about. The page is open fully, flat, so I'm going to be doing my journaling in quite a big book, A4 size. I'm trying to put it together to see what it does, because meaning if you have magazines that are sort of like A4 size anyway, sometimes you might want to use a whole picture. I like writing big sometimes and putting a lot in it, so I'm going to try and go for this size. And this is for, it's a bit like, you know when you say a mood board, it's a bit like a mood book with your intentions and good feelings of that day and stuff. I don't really know how it's going to come together, but it will come together. I still have my little journals, you like the ones I make, you know, with my bits of thoughts and things in, because that's what I use them for. As I've said before, with, you know, the ones that I make, the ones that I buy, the ones that I put on my little things that come to me in my head, certain thoughts and things going on. I still do all that, you know, with random little drawings, and that's good. And I still have mini diaries with mundane things in it that I need to remember that I don't want going in my spiritual journey, because they're just mundane, boring things. You know, if you have like a little bullet journal with like clean the bathroom or something like that, that's not going in this. This isn't a place for that. This is my thoughts, feelings. It's all about my path. So you'll see that more when I actually start putting stuff in this and how I'm going to do it. And it might change a little bit, because I might think actually I might do it this way, but it's definitely going to be on this sort of wavelength. I'm having mixed media, so it is going to have a mixture of writing, a mixture of collage like this, and a mixture of my own artwork in it, because obviously that's what I love to do. And then the little cartoon character that I'm looking for right now, which is, let's have a look, which is, oh my god, I can't get up, getting old. I'm just looking for it now and I don't know where it is. Let's have a look. And Jack's not tweeting today, so that's good. Tweety bird. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Check it. Right, so to get back down on the floor again on my meditation cushion. Right, sorry, washing it background, real life folks and all that, so, you know. Right, so, oh, my knees. Right, so it's going to be a big version of this book. Now, this is a concertina binding, which means when you open the book that is handmade, it opens very flat like that, very flat. And this was a little doodle book that I didn't really finish. Maybe I should finish it, but I loved it. This was just a little cartoon with me in a cartoon avatar when I had curly short bobbed hair, obviously. And I'm not changing it to dreads now, because it's just the way it was at the time, and it's cute and it's easy to draw. So feeling meh today, but that's okay. Having a sloth day. This was ages ago, so this was me in my kitchen ages ago having a sloth day, meaning I wasn't feeling that well at the time, but I drew it. Draw your day. I was having some toast and some biscuits and a cup of tea. I was having a sloth day. I was staying in my PJs day. That's what I was doing. And then I've got a little sloth, or whatever you call it, at the top. And then feeling better the next day, I think it was today, after a good sleep. So I was feeling good. Sorry, my nail varnish is so not done. I know. Then I was, if anyone remembers, I was laughing with my friend because we were talking about 50 Shades of Grey. Now, everyone knows what I'm like when I get things mixed up. Things come wrong out my mouth, but I think it's funny now. I never was into the books 50 Shades of Grey, and I never went to see the film like all the women did, all these housewives, that, you know, because it was crap. I read a bit of the book and went, that's rubbish. I could write a better book than that. It was just rubbish. But anyway, whatever. But there was a new one out called, let me get this right, I'm going to get this wrong. Was it 50 Shades of Creed? What, right, anybody knows? It doesn't, I'm not going to judge you. What was a new one called? I thought it was 50 Shades of Green. Was it Green or Creed? Does anyone know? Because I need to know to get this right, because you are going to laugh at this, because it was ridiculous. And I had to do a cartoon of me, my friend laughing at me, and then because she was laughing at me, I was laughing at her. Creed, right, thank you, the Raw Core 333. 50 Shades of Creed. I thought it was, I heard it as, I didn't see it, I just heard it, 50 Shades of Green. So there was 50 Shades of Green laughing at me because I went, oh, 50 Shades of Green. And then I put there in a bubble. I thought he must be jealous because it was 50 Shades of Green, so I thought it was a jealousy thing because it was green, if anyone gets it. You had to be there at the time. It probably doesn't even sound funny, but at the time what I came out with and what my friend was laughing at was hilarious. So I drew that day because it was a good day because we were laughing, and laughter is a form of medicine, and we were just having a good laugh about it, but you had to be there at the same time. So it was quite funny. And there was something about... Something we were laughing about a dating site. I can't remember, but it was funny and I captured the moment by drawing it. So it was hilarious. There's some others I didn't draw in properly and I didn't actually finish off. One of them was hilarious, but a bit like ages ago. I can't really tell you what it was, but it was hilarious. Then there was... This one says, push that light out of love and send it. To take time in the now, the quiet, the still, the darkness, consciousness, I am, was like the little dolly meditating. But yeah, so I think I'm going to be doing... Oh, and there's the Q movement right at the back that I haven't actually finished. Maybe I'll draw that in. So, oh, and there's me. There's a few other things going on, but there is feeling tired. Noise was irritating me today and just chilling out on the couch. So I'm going to be doing a bigger version of this, and that's what this binding is. And I will show you about this. It's a bit irritating to put together. It's like a bigger version of that. And that's how I'm going to be doing my journaling. Like I said, you can pick up an old book and just stick into it, and you've got a book, an old book that may be lying around, charity shop. You don't actually need to go out and buy anything. So pens that I like, because I'm only doing a little chat because you're going to see this more next week, maybe in the week and definitely on Sunday, is gel pens. A Jelly Roll pen, you can get these on eBay in a pack of 3, really cheap, is a light jelly pen. And the jelly pen, they write on different surfaces, but if you've got black paper in there or a darker surface and you want to write, you can write with a white jelly pen. It shows up obviously on darker surfaces. The other pens that I really love that I got from Morrison's that aren't there now, but you can get them on eBay and I love them, you can get a pack of 3, is Uniball Eye. I love the fact that it's got one eye, you know, people get triggered with the one eye, it's like your pineal gland. It's the Uniball Eye pen. It looks like this. And when the ink runs out, you can see, I think that's why it's called the eye pen, you can see it coming down here, so it's full at the minute, but it'll start emptying and you can see when it's empty. These are waterproof, by the way, so it looks like this. I will show these again. And it's waterproof, so when you draw, well, I normally draw with a pen, I don't always go in with pencil. So when you're colouring it, or you might put a bit of paint on it or something, it's not going to smudge. It's not going to smudge. And then my favourite pencil at the minute is a mechanical pencil, and that means the lead goes in at the top. You normally get a rubber on the top as well, but mine's really small in here. But this is where you put your lead, and then you put that back on, and then you pump that down and your lead comes out the bottom, and you get a packet of lead, so you just refill it. And because they're heavier, because this is metal, I don't know, it's just ace to draw with. And this is a Graph Gear 1000 Pentel. It's a Pentel pencil. Got it off eBay. They are dearer because of the weight and everything, but they're ace. So yeah, mechanical pencil. So it just feels, I don't know, nicer than holding a sort of lighter weight pencil, and it's got a clippy thing so you can clip it onto your journal or wherever. So I do really love these. I do use normal pencils as well, but I really do love these, and I can't remember what lead that is. And it's a HB number 9. So just thought I'd show you them because they're what, yeah, Dolly Doodles. I know there's someone actually called Dolly Doodles, so I was like, oh my God, Dolly Doodles. Also, which was really funny today, I was talking to Roxanne this morning. We were both in bed but on the phone talking and laughing about stuff. And as I was talking to her, we were talking about the awakening and people being awake at different levels and people, and I was drawing this before I even spoke to it. It just came into my head, so I started drawing it. I will put this into my journal. It's not finished yet. It looks a bit weird. Was a lady in a bubble. A lady sat in a bubble and she's looking out of the bubble. One eye looking out the bubble. One eye for an enlightenment. It's not just what the Illuminati know, the Lumafati. I haven't finished it yet, but basically she's looking out of the bubble like, whoa. So this is what's beyond the veil. Now the choice is yours. Do you stay in your bubble or do you come out? I stepped out of mine. There's a lot of people who will stay in, but you can see if you've got little drawings that you just doodle on, you can stick that into your journal and it'll look lovely mixed up with everything else. And I'll show you that when this goes in there because I've got to finish off drawing it. But basically that's what I was thinking. And then the next minute I'm talking to Roxanne and we're talking about thinking outside the bubble and having your bubble popped, looking beyond the veil, and we were laughing. And then me and Roxanne, I'm going to have to draw it. I said she's going to have to go in my cartoon character book, me and Roxanne, and I'll show you when I've done it because we were laughing about something and you had to be there. And it was Roxanne's laugh that made me laugh. And I couldn't stop listening to it all day yesterday because I couldn't stop laughing at her laugh that sounded like Muttley out of Wacky Races. And it was just cracking me up every time. But I'd cracked her up by saying something quite blunt to 007, which was hilarious. It won't sound funny to you, but it was hilarious. And you had to be there. And it was just funny because obviously laughter's medicine and it was hilarious. So I said I definitely am going to do one of these of me and Roxanne like laughing. So you'll be seeing my cartoon version of Roxanne. It was hilarious. So basically that's what I wanted to just come and show you, that it is a good way for I'm going to come in chat in a minute. It's a good way to express yourself and get your feelings and thoughts out. The book isn't for anybody else. You don't have to share it. I'm sharing parts of it because obviously I'm showing you what I'm doing. I got to the end of The Messiah on Netflix and it was brilliant because I'm going to read it out another time. One of the things that was said was when people go on about sin, it's not sin. It's like it says in the film, the series, where is it? Sin, mistakes, I just call them mistakes, are just a failure to choose goodness. Because if you put another O in God, it just means be good. And Luna Ash put something up today that I'm going to try and find and read. And I thought that is exactly what I think about the Bible. Sorry to trigger some people, but, you know, it's just people's different perceptions. So let me just find it. It was, well, if I took snapshots on my phone, I don't know if I actually did. If I did, I'll show you. Let me see. So, yeah, I think I did. Did I? Yeah. The Old Testament in the Bible is an instruction manual. Well, I've always thought that because it's an instruction manual to, you know, to sort of show you how to be good. You know, if you're not quite sure about your moral compass. Among other things, on how to use the mind and consciousness as an individual share aspect of the greater universal mind through metaphors, yes, and analogies, yes, for the initiates. These metaphors and analogies explain the metaphysics of our reality. This is what I said about the Illuminati. The Masons, they knew this. The New Testament in the Bible is speaking through metaphors of the mystical experiences that are beyond psychic phenomena, that are experienced as an individual share aspect of the greater universal mind access, the golden age, the new age. They're all the same, like I've said before. Or Christ consciousness. They're all the same. That's why people get triggered by different, oh, it's not this, it's that. They're all the same. In brackets, also among other things. These messages are intentionally and deliberately, I can't say, written by high level mystics in metaphors and analogies, so only those ready would be able to interpret them fully in their original meaning. Their original meaning. Got a bit twisted, didn't it? This is why so many take and teach them literally in religion. I'm not religious, but I believe in a creator. Religion's man-made. They have not gone through the experience of it yet in order to teach it in its true form. So they teach and perceive based off their level of consciousness. So it's not wrong. It's just a matter of perception. This is why we're going on about perceptions all the time. It's people's perceptions and consciousness. They just may miss the deeper meaning, because a lot of people do miss the deeper meaning. The Old and the New Testament also represent the integration of the objective and subjective mind within an individual, resulting in Christ, cosmic, universal consciousness, or oneness integrated. This allows the incarnate to no longer be unconsciously propelled into another reincarnation by universal laws after in crossing over. When the objective and the subjective mind is integrated in the incarnate, it is able to impress upon the subjective minds. The Egyptians knew this, and is able to impress upon the subjective minds of others that are physical embodiment to help in their evolution, and are also able to consciously impress upon the subjective minds of those that have crossed over to aid in their evolution before they begin developing a new identity, individual aspect, character, ego, to impress through the material plane in their next incarnation. This gives this incarnation an advantage through subconscious programming of universal principles prior to incarnating. So integrating true oneness, in brackets, this means seeing it all in perfect order, no longer in belief of dark force, evil, or no longer in the belief of wrong or right. Because even when I say wrong or right, or dark or evil, I try and say that because that's the only way I can express it of certain stuff. But we all know we're going to one, we are from one. When people say it's happening to me, why is life happening to me? It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. So the dark is a good thing. These people that are being seen doing certain stuff is a good thing, because it brings you to the truth. It brings you to come away from the material and want to go within and want to be the true authentic self. So, and I'm just reading this out for people who, want to listen to it. It's on our Luna Ash's channel on her community post. If you don't like it, that's fine, but I'm just reading it out because I really, really resonate with it. So, no longer in the belief of wrong or right, they are polarities. Just like spirit, it's the opposite polarity of matter, yet spirit needs to use different forms of matter to express itself and experience exactly. Happens individually, I just love this, but one individual operating at this level has a power greater than billions of people combined because they know they're enlightened to it. This level of power is accessed by pure intent and integrated cosmic Christ consciousness with no belief in good versus evil, right versus wrong, you versus them, me, because the world be a metaphorical awareness of universal principles, and at the level of cosmic or Christ consciousness, it is seen as polarities of one. Yeah, it is, So over the course of the evolution, we each individually develop an awareness of the Old Testament, which leads to the experience of the New Testament of the Golden Age, which we are going into. This is the doorway to New Earth. Yeah, not the New World Order, New Earth. And New Earth is like this: New Earth consciousness. We're bringing a new earth through this consciousness of the solutions we want to bring in, and this, that, and the other stuff that I talk about. An experience of new earth. There are a large number of oversouls here to enter the window or doorway to the new age, new earth now. The doorway or window is now a Luna Ash. Well, brilliant. She wrote that. I thought it was ace. Resonated with it straight away. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. I did, and I just wanted to share it because it was beautiful. So, I'm talking a bit fast because I need to go. So what I'm going to do is see how you all are, and then I've got 3 cards to do. Okay? So like I said, that was just a little bit on what I'm doing with my journaling. But next week I'll have some stuff to bring in to show you, and then you can see how I journal, and then you might want to do it too, because I'm feeling there's a big need for this, because I've always said throughout there's a big need. It may help you see patterns. It may help you get out of your monkey chatter. It's relaxing. It's like a little friend. It's like a little friend. So hi to Revel. Hi to My Skies 5D, Dave, Kath, JP, Tapper. Did I say Revel? Miss Chime, Rachel. Who's up there? Paul from Newcastle. Hi, didn't see you there. Kath. Mark. The Raw Core 333. Jimmy Digital. Johnny Thompson. Who else? System Failure. Anyone else who may come in, or maybe at the bottom? I can't go all the way up to the top. So how are you all doing before I pull some cards out? Oh, Miss Chime, I think you said on my first one today. And hi, Mary, about the orbs. I've not been filming. I've not been filming a lot just because I've been really busy with college and stuff. So I will be doing some new ones, but I don't want to like do it every day or anything. But you know, there's there is new energies coming in. The Schumann resonance, everyone's going about that again. It went dark or whatever, or they tried to switch off or whatever was going on. But yes, I've been feeling a lot of shaking again when I go to bed. That shaking thing that I had the other year ago or so ago, which I find weird, but they're not weird. So how are you all in chat? How is your energy? How are you all doing? And stuff like that. Within yourselves, basically. I'm going to ask you. I've got my beads in as well. I've got a plait in there with a bead in it. Shaking, are you okay? No, I don't mean shaking like that. I mean, I had it ages ago. It's not, am I okay? It's like a shaking of, I can feel something like a mini earthquake, but I don't mean that. I think it's an energy. I think it's something. I had it a while back. I had it the other year and then it stopped. I could be sat in a chair and I'm like, is this really happening? Or I feel like shaking. Not me shaking, something shaking me. Like I can feel the earth moving, if anyone gets what I'm saying. Just saying, just in case anyone's been having that experience. No, it's not possession because I'm too full of light to be possessed. Jennifer M. And, that side doesn't, well, I can't really say that side, can't get in if you're positive. You can let it get in, but you just have to switch out of it. Because I'm going to read something out for you as well. Let me find out where it is. I've lost the book again. It's probably in front of my face. I remember you talking about the shakes. Not me myself, as in I'm being shook. Like I could sit down, it's like the couch is moving, like what's going on? You got dizzy. Yeah. It's not a dizziness though in my right, I'm looking for my book. There was something else I wanted to read out, so I'm gonna have to get up. Suggestion that the magnetic poles are switching. It could be that, and if it is, and if something has been going on, I felt this the other day. So, and I think it's when people were going on about the Schumann resonance getting switched off or changing or whatever was going on. I'm just looking. Yeah. So, I was watching the film on Netflix called Messiah, and this is what I wrote down the other day. See Vincent Kennedy on Twitter, he explains that I'll have a look. There's just too much to look at, you know what I mean? I've not been looking at much, I've just been going with the flow. So I was watching The Messiah, and it was good because it's about different people's perceptions of God, which I say just put another O in it and it's good. It's just about being good. It's about trying to be a good person, a better person. So I wrote down what he said at the end, and he said this, and I thought it was brilliant. Sin, which I've just called mistakes, is just a failure to choose goodness. Goodness is a choice, opportunity to make every moment is a choice to think a good thought or think a bad thought. You've got the choice to think a bad thought or a good thought. Be positive or don't be positive. You have a choice. To bad thought, to act on it or to let it pass. That is God's great blessing. I say creator, source, whatever. That in every moment we can create ourselves again. Meaning, if you're feeling a bit down or a bit bad or a bit angry, you can switch like that straight away by thinking a good thought. It's up to you. Make a choice. And then he said to this guy, sins, because this guy, was started blaming it on, let's say, the creator. Oh, it's the creator. He said, sins. You think you're unredeemable. That's what you think. So you project shame onto God, which I would say good, which I would say onto other people, because people like that project, as we know, trolls and people in relationships get, and they project it onto other people because they don't take responsibility to have that choice to change who they are. You can change at any time. Our sins, I say mistakes, have a way of punishing us when we ignore them. Boom. That's a bit like the Q movement, really. If you know something's going on and you choose to stay silent and you choose not to speak up in any way, whatever, if it's out there, it doesn't have to be on YouTube, and and these people knew at the top that things were going on and they went with it because they're part of it, it'll come back to bite you in the ass if you're actually ignoring it. The people who aren't ignoring it, even people who've done so-called really bad things, they're not ignoring it, they're choosing to change to be good, then that's good. And this is why I don't understand why people, for example, if people think Trump was bad years ago, it's not about then. It's not about you back in the past. We've all done little things, big things, whatever. It's about the now. If you're being a good person now, if you're trying to change yourself now, that's what it is. That's what it's about. In the series Messiah, he says about history and he goes, history's ended. We know history's been twisted. Stop using history as an excuse. This person was that. That's what happened here. It's not about then. It's about now. Now. So you could have been someone in the past. If you're changing to be a good person, authentic, instead of repeating the cycle of staying stuck in it, as I've said before, let go of the past. It doesn't serve you for now. So that doesn't wash with me. If you knew and you don't know I'm a Trump supporter, I am. Even if people are saying he's done bad things in the past, I've researched, he's a good guy, get a good feeling. Don't all sit there, we've all done crap in the past at whatever level it's at. It's not about then. If you listen to people, and this is just saying this, this is just saying it's not to trick people, but I will use Trump as an example. Oh, what he did then, what he did back then. Let's just talk about, because that's what mainstream media do. Then, we're not talking about then. We're talking about now. And to the Americans out there that might not know me, because all the ones in here do know me and agree. What's he doing now? Bringing up your economy. The best in history it's ever been. Boom. Building it back up. It's not what happened in the past. It's what's happening right now. And if people can't understand, that's with anything going on. Oh, this person was that in the past. You were that in the... We're not talking about then. Stop using it as an excuse to not look at stuff, or even yourself, to not better yourself. We've all done stuff at whatever level, even if that's just saying something bad to someone, whatever. We're trying to learn to be better people, true authenticness. I don't think he can be unkind. I don't think Trump's unkind at all. It's only perceived like that on mainstream media because that's what mainstream media say. He isn't unkind. A lot of people don't know back in the day that some black families were looking for business deals that they couldn't get with anyone. A guy sent them to Trump, years back. And he said, yeah, I'll give you the money. Just pay me back when you've made it and pay the money back. When they went back when they'd made it, he ripped them up and said it doesn't matter. He likes wants people to be successful. When people say he can be unkind about what? They say on mainstream media he's unkind. The research that I've done back in the day of his staff at his place, he's a nice person. What they don't put on the mainstream media, everybody loved him, remember, before. I've never seen anything of him being unkind. He wasn't taking the piss out of a handicapped person, though. That's mainstream media again. Someone send me that video and I'll show you. Mainstream media. The thing is, if you know about Q and things come up with Trump because Trump's part of Q, he says things sometimes. He's not taking the pee out of people. He takes the mick out of fake ass people that are faking certain things, like Sandy Hook, and I could go on and on and on. When he knows the fake, and they're using certain people. Like when she went on about she was part Indian, Pocahontas. No, she wasn't. So Trump went on and took the mick and said, I've got more Indian in me, even though I'm not Indian, because she hasn't got any in her. But she tried to do that to sway it for like victim mode when it wasn't, when you actually look into it. So when he does take the mick, he's taking the real mick out of that side, because they are the biggest joke on this realm right now. You know what I mean? If you get what I'm saying. Yeah, thank you, Redline. As I've shouted out many times before, the enemy is the mainstream media. Yeah, MSM. Because the ones who control the masses control the world, and it's mainstream media. And that's what Trump and Q are bringing down, the mainstream media. I don't look at anything they say he's saying, because if you know how it works, if he looks like he's taking the mick out of something, it's not. He's taking the mick out of that side that throws stuff out there to make it look like, oh, he's a bad man, he's a womanizer, is this, that and the other. It's rubbish. So, you know, but personally, that's just my perception. Trump is one of them. This is their final show before they're all taken down. Trump isn't one of them. Trump's taking them down. I've just explained to somebody today. Yeah, thank you. Trump is exposing the evil we're all facing every single day by calling them out. Exactly. No, he isn't. Think of it, there's been a plan put in since the 1950s. You had to get people in all the areas to take these people down, and the minions. So they all loved him, didn't they, before? He didn't go to the after parties. He's not one of them. It's the final show before their takedown, hence Ricky Gervais, what Ricky Gervais said. You have to get people in them areas to know what's going on. Simple, really. If they wanted New World Ordering, they would have let Hillary Clinton win. Why? I mean, why would you go on for 3.5 years, getting people riled up and scratching their heads and coming to the point of, hang on a minute, let's all wake up. They don't want people to wake up. So Hillary would have won because they were messing with the votes. But they didn't see it coming, did they, Project Looking Glass? Because at the end of the day, why would they do that? Oh, it's part of the same side. No, that's how it used to be. But why would you have part of the same side with someone trying to wake the whole world up? They don't want the world to wake up. They've been dumbing us down for ages. So it never comes the way it's expected. Trump wasn't expected to win. No one thought Trump Towers, Trump was going to be president. It never comes the way you're expected. And that's the best way of slap bang in your face. Surprise, surprise. Right between the eyes. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, the military asked Trump to run for POTUS. Yes, they did. It's part of Q. If you haven't seen Joe Mass pose, the remastered Q, the plan to save the world, that people think a joke, it's very, very real. He got asked to come in. He chose to because he wanted to bring America back up. He got asked to come in because he loves America. But yeah, the mainstream media harp on about it and harp on about it. This is why I get so riled up with the whole fact of, if there was a planning, it's massive, it's worldwide, it's not going to be gone in a day. You're going to start seeing a lot 2020 and you're going to start getting riled. But hello, people. It's been in for centuries. People are too impatient. Why has this not happened? Why has that not happened? A lot's happening behind the scenes. Why don't we see it? Because MSM aren't showing you. Get on the right channels and you'll see a lot. Amazing Polly. Loads of great people out there. You need to be on the right channels. Alternative news, looking at what's going on. It's 130,000 plus sealed indictments with 100 people maybe in one. It can't be done. I don't even like saying Rome wasn't built in a day. That's all rubbish, but it wasn't. People who say that are impatient. Impatient. Patience is a virtue. Everyone's me, want, I want it right now. Well, It's here, it's coming, things are being done. Paedophile rings are being taken down and everything. People don't see it because mainstream media aren't reporting about it. They're reporting about bits, but they're not reporting about the extent. Sorry, I get really riled up about it. Like I said, New World Order was coming in, she would have won. She didn't see it coming. She didn't even have a speech. You wouldn't have two sides. That's how it used to be mainly, was two at the both sides, UK, everywhere, all over the world, same thing, thinking you were getting a better deal. They didn't want him in. That's why mainstream media, every channel hates him. A lot of celebrities hate him because they know what he's bringing out, just like Ricky Gervais said. He's bringing the house of cards down. But the thing is, you don't go from the top to the bottom. You go for after the minions and then you go to the top so the minions aren't working for them. There's still pockets of resistance. That's what's going on. But you're going for the minions as well. There was a lot of minions working for these people, whether they were blackmailed or not. But they can change their minds as well. So it is a big, massive thing. Been brought in the 1950s, so it's massive. It's been going on for a very, very long time, but we're at the pinnacle of the breakdown. The golden age is coming. The systematic system's being taken down. I mean, it's all there if people know how to read Q, you know. Deception is key. And question everything is from Q. Question everything and research yourself. But there's more good people out there than there is bad. MSM is fear-mongering. Hi, sweet CC. The ones that hate him are the ones that are dead scared of him. Yeah, and all I'll say is watch out for Tom Hanks. A lot of stuff coming out about him. They are the ones that hate him, all them celebrities, because this is what I mean. He's been in that area to see what's going on. He knows what's going on. That's why they're so afraid. When he got president, it was like, oh, people don't know that. He called Epstein out years ago and got him arrested for, I don't know, 14 months, 18 months. He knew then, but no one was listening because that side had the grip so enthralled in it, but they're being brought down. So countries are being set free. Regimes are falling. He killed the general because he's a proper terrorist. And people are going, oh, it's just like people, you know. So I will say, what is on my mind, you know, when I hear it all, because people need to hear it. There is a change coming. If people think there's no change coming, what's the point? If people just think it's bad, 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 and it's still the same, it clearly isn't the same because one, there's lots of energies going on in the energy world. The veil's very thin. There's lots of people scratching their heads. I've just spoke to someone today, newly spoke to someone who's just started waking up a few weeks ago. That says to me, wow, you know, I've heard people on my college course not awake to certain levels, but they're awake to a lot. So yes, it is happening. So that means, yeah, timelines have changed. Exactly, timelines are changing. People are at different levels. That does not mean anyone's over anyone. It just means there's people on different levels of awakeness. Some people don't even want to look into certain stuff, but that's up to you. But please do not. This was a message that I woke up with this morning. Please do not stay in your bubble. Look outside that bubble, because that bubble's going to pop, you know, this year, next year. And if you're left not going within and knowing yourself and what makes you happy away from the materialistic world, 3D, you're going to have a problem with it. You know, I'm just saying, I'll say have faith in people. We're the ones we've been waiting for. It's written that a president will come out as a man of God. It is Trump, the last president. I've said this before, the book, The Last President, the book, Baron Trump's Marvelous Journey Underground was written in the 1900s. If you have not looked into Project Looking Glass, please look into it because it's all there. Timelines have changed. The Mandela effect people freak out over that. It's a tool to wake people up. How can Trump and the QAnon's been written in the 1900s? Because that's what's mentioned in the book. Why is mainstream media starting to shout out now, and more people are bringing it out? And someone else, Marvel, the guy of Marvel, has just put out about QAnon's are mad. They're far-right conspiracy theories. Really, they're getting ready because they know that question's going to be asked is, who is Q? Wouldn't it be good if the military brought it out and said, we've been looking at this? That's why Trump is impeached now, and he was pushing to get impeached because it's a trap. Either way, it doesn't matter. Impeached or not impeached, it's coming out. But like I said, it's not going to happen just like that. People need to research. It can't because of people's mindsets. It's dripping out. But people are too impatient. I've been waiting for years. I'm still happy. I'm like, I see movement. People who don't see movement aren't looking, or you're looking at the wrong things and you're still listening to mainstream media. There's a lot of channels out there that say that they're awake and they are regurgitating mainstream media. And I'm like, oh my God. You've even got people going on about Boris Johnson, what he signed the other year. That's regurgitated. We all know about that. That's not going to happen. But we are all helping. There's people helping that aren't on YouTube. There's loads helping behind the scenes. The world's helping. If you know about Q, I don't know how far you're into Q. You don't have to be into Q, but it's a worldwide thing and there's millions on it. And as soon as they said certain things come out, millions more are going to jump on it. It's a worldwide thing. QAnon isn't just a handful of people. It is massive. But yes. So... And if you've seen that video where Trump comes out and all the lights around him, one, he's preyed on every day. They say he's insulated, not protected, insulated. That's why I said the chosen one. He was joking. That was something to do with China. Anyway, we're all chosen. Those that speak out in the light are chosen. You know. So just saying, you know, like I had to have a rant about it. It's just because I've heard people this week. I don't mean people in chat, not you lot, just people on different channels. And I'm like... oh my God, people still think we're going down the New World Order. Hence why Harry and Meghan, you know, whatever's going on there, that's a distraction as well with Harry and Meghan, because people think that, the news think that, even if he's been released, whatever story that is, people are looking over there, oh, what's Harry and Meghan doing? They think that Epstein's going to go away and the Prince Andrew thing's going to go away. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's just distraction. It ain't going nowhere. Oh yeah, so cards and then I'm gonna go. But you know, when I'm on one, I'll just be on one. Gotta talk the truth. Yeah, mega distraction. Oh, let's all look at Harry and Meghan. Yeah, it's not going away, Andrew. None of it's going away. They crossed the red line. Funny how Boris had a plane in the background with the red line, with the children, you know, with everything. Everything with the children. People want to bury their head about that, but it's not nice, but they need to know. So, anyway, less about that, because it was about journaling with a little rant on the end, but it's not aimed at anyone in chat or anything, so I love you all. I think you're great. So I've got, the universe has its back. The universe has your back. So, I haven't even had a tea yet. But like I said, be very careful what bubble you're in. That's why I say believe everything and nothing. Because it's not going to affect my bubble, because I'm not in one. Like I said, aliens, land tomorrow, whatever, they can come in for a brew. It's not going to, I'm just, whatever. But I'm not on the train line of the New World Order. That has so gone a different way. She didn't get in, so that's all I can say. I haven't really seen Obama lately. I haven't really seen her. I've seen him. Where's he? Where's he at? Sorry, they didn't jump out. They just fell. Yeah, so let's see. First card is Trump. Okay. They say a big name pedo going to be arrested. Yeah, well, there's been loads around the world. There's been all around the world. There's been groups being taken down. And last year there was about 200. I don't know if it was 250 or 250,000 kids found underground in underground places in America. So you don't hear this on the news because they don't want you to know. But it's happening over here as well, everywhere. Yeah, Tom Hanks. It could be him. Tom Hanks is in trouble. That's why they kept looking at him on when Ricky Gervais did. I think the White Hats took over the global award, the Golden Globe Awards, because they would have never put him up there of getting their celebrity faces like that. If they knew that was going on, they would have never got out. I know he's done it in the past, but their faces were a picture. So I think they've overtook that to catch them, to catch the faces, and they kept going looking at Tom Hanks's face, and it was a picture. Prince Charles, Andrew, lots of people, but Tom Hanks is a big one. People aren't going to like it. Oh, he seemed such a nice guy. They're all actors. They're all actors. So, Yeah, they could have done. I think they have. Because like I said, there's lots of things going on. Even like Netflix, things are on there. And I'm like, I'm sure this has changed. Because The Messiah was really good. They're never off stage, no. And that's why people get so triggered with Trump. Well, he's up there. Of course he's on the world stage. That's what it is. But he has to be there. Right, one's fell out. Let's see. Oh, you know I had the little eye at the top of there. It's an eye, and it says, when I lean on certainty, is that what it says? And faith, I change my mind about the world I see. Boom. When I go within my third eye, within yourself, when I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. Because I have a faith, which is a belief, not a belief, faith, belief, whatever you, a faith. I have a feeling. It's not what I'm told, even off the good side, as I would say. It's a feeling, because I can feel the energies. I can just feel that energy. So that's that one. And then I've got Nature's Whispers. Yeah, see, Harry they could be setting him free. I think he might have known what his mum knew. They could be setting him free because, let's face it, it's not Prince Charles's son anyway. We all know that. Well, most of us do. So he could have been having the chance to turn for the right side, or they're setting him free. But it's still a distraction of everyone looking over there because they think it's going off that side, and it's not. Oh, two have fell out, so I'll read both of them. So we've got vulnerability. You know, we've all been vulnerable at some point or another. It is like a little child there. The children have been very vulnerable, and that's why this has to stop. And it's 34, which is 7. 7 heaven. It's that number that follows me about everywhere. But there's a kingdom in the background, as in, I don't mean them, I mean, I call it the golden age. And then we've got love matters, which love does matter. This is what it's all about. When people come to love, they will change. Because that's what it's about. There's too many people that are me, and it's more about to others. Yes, you've got to be good to yourself, but you've got to be good to others. Yeah, I don't know what's going in chat, but we're not playing games. So if anyone's being silly and being a bit, whatever, then oh well. I'm not really looking, so I don't really know what's going on. So, I think I've got colour cards as well, which, like I said, I'm not playing games this year. People go on about, oh, this, that and the other in chat, people's chats and people coming in, but, I ain't playing games this year. Right. Because it is about truth. So we have that one, and then we have, so like I said, if you say you class yourself as a bit more spiritual, which we all are anyway, we never got detached from it. It's about finding it, going within again and reconnecting. We're not a spiritual doormat, so we don't have to take crap off people. I'm not saying anyone's talking crap in chat, I'm just saying out loud. So I've got secret language of colour cards, so I'll just do one of this. Yeah, pen does make a difference. Let's see what colour. Energy. And then I'm going, because I haven't even had my tea. And I'll carry on putting this book together so I can bring it next week of, what I'm doing with it. And showing you what you can do. So one's just fell out. Oh, this one is 29, grey. Learn to scan your body. Well, that's quite funny because I would say, and grey is the little bit in the middle of black and white, yin and yang, is We need to learn how to scan our bodies, and I would say for energies. So if you're feeling pain somewhere or an energy block, I'd say it's like an energy block. That's why maybe journaling is good, because if you can see the patterns of when you're feeling certain things on different weeks or different days, it might see what it is that's making you angry, release it, and it will leave from your body. So let's learn how to scan our bodies. So that's quite interesting. So I'm going to go, and I'll love you and leave you. You know, I don't think I can ever do even a normal chat without saying something, but that's just me, and that's me being me, and that's me learning to love myself of how I am, of the way I am, you know. There's only one me, and that's how I am. So if you want to join in with journaling next Sunday, I might show you a little bit this week. I'm going to put that book together and show you. And obviously I'll have a bit more to show you because it'll be a week's worth of it, hopefully. So I'm going to go. Stay strong. Don't be in fear. Try to look around things and read things from a different way. That's why, if people didn't know, some of the anons that were brought in for QAnon are autistic, because autistic people are very clever and they look at things from every aspect and every single angle. They just go in on it. And that's what's needed, because some people out there are only looking at one thing, one way. It's multi-layered, it's multi-dimensional. There's many different ways of looking at things and how things are in. That's why people think I'm very political. I'm not. It's nothing to do with it. It's what lies behind that. That's just a stage. You know, there's more going on. Some people are, so I said there's different levels of awakeness. It doesn't mean anyone's right or wrong. No one's above anyone. It's just that people are at different levels. All them people at the bottom will start rising, because the more you look, the more you question, the more you go up and up. We're spiraling up. We're learning. But like I said, it's not about what you have done in the past or what somebody's done in the past or what Trump's done in the past. If he did do anything, it's about the now. Oh, thank you, Tap. If you would like to send Dolly a coffee donation, PayPal is there in live chat off Tap. Thank you very much. So, yeah, that's all I'm saying. Remember, it's not about the past. It's not about history, because even though they say history repeats itself, something's changing. And also, new energies are coming in, and the past is irrelevant now. It's about the now. So, see you all soon, and love you all, love and light, and I'll see you in the week at some point. Keep trucking, keep vibing high, and you know, you have a choice to think bad thoughts or good thoughts and be positive. You can switch like that. Even if you're having a bad day, have a bad day, cry, whinge, moan, but snap out of it. As long as you snap out of it, that's fine. You just don't stay in it. Like I said, don't stay in the rabbit hole too long when you go down. And if you're new to researching stuff, look at it, digest it, get rid of it, pass it on, go with the flow. See you all later. Bye.